What is up, everybody? This is Killer K-Rail, and today I'm reporting live back in my apartment. I barged into Jill's house the other day and crashed her cookie baking party, if you remember correctly. But today, I'm back here, and I have to talk to you about something. So, I just finished a 48-hour fast yesterday. I got massive food poisoning last night, and we have a brand new 21-day challenge coming out starting on December 10th. I'm going to cover all these spots, and as normal, I'm going to jump around like a Quentin Tarantino movie because that is how I roll. It's not how I try to roll, it's just how I'm wired. So, bear with me. Now, it's about 12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, and it's never too early or too late to do a movement break. So, let's kick this off with a movement break. I'm going to step back there, like always. Let's see if I can get my body in frame. I don't think I can, actually. I'm going to do the best I can, okay? So, bear with me. Okay, that's pretty close. All right, we're going to stand in a staggered stance. You can't see, like, I don't think from, like, my shins down, maybe, but you can see, like, predominantly the rest of my body, what you need to see. Okay. Staggered stance. We're going to put our hands right here. You're going to keep your back nice and straight. You're going to lower yourself down into a split squat. You're going to come up. Now you're going to straighten this leg, and you're going to pull this foot in. This leg should be vertical. Push your hips that way. Raise your arm up, and we're going to do a windmill. Like this. So we're basically doing a stretch and a strength training thing all rolled into one. Now we're going to step back out with our foot, and we're going to repeat. So let's do 3. Here's 2. Now we're going to step back in. Push your hips. Lower yourself down. Step out, lower yourself down, come back up, step back in, shift your hips, push that way, lower yourself as far as you can go. Now I'll go to the other side. My right foot is now forward. Lower yourself down, come up, step this foot in. I just did this backwards, didn't I? Yep. Then down, come back out. Windmill. One more. Straight leg. Down. Oh, it feels so good, doesn't it? Felt great for me. Okay, let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. Let's talk about fasting. You like my gorgeous, sexy shirt, by the way? I just saw somebody post that Home Alone is one of their favorite Christmas movies. Thank you for the gift, Jill. I warned you that I was going to cut the sleeves off. Here it is. You see it. No sleeves. Okay. Home Alone happens to be one of my favorite Christmas movies as well. As is Bad Santa. As is The Miracle on 34th Street. And that one that had Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, and Sinbad, I believe, from the 80s. Those are all some of my favorite Christmas movies. So if y'all want to see some good ones, watch those. Okay, 48-hour fast finished yesterday. I was contemplating going 4 days. I was contemplating going 5 days. I decided to go 2 days, 48 hours, because you still get the benefits that are massive for 48 hours of fasting. So right now, I'm feeling pretty good. Last night, not so good. I actually got some chicken noodle soup from Whole Foods, and I got some broccoli. I come home, I steamed up the broccoli, I threw in some asparagus and some leeks because they are prebiotic foods which are good to put into your gut when you're coming out of a fast, okay? Soup is really good because it's highly digestible. Steamed vegetables are good because they're highly digestible. So I made this concoction together. I had some basmati rice I had left over as well, and I put it all together, and I put a scoop of bone broth protein powder. Once again, thank you for the gift, Jill. In this concoction, and I blended it together. That's what I broke my fast with, okay? I eat this soup. Half hour later, I'm lying on the couch, and my stomach just starts rolling. I'm like, this is really weird. This never happens to me when I break a fast. Hour later, I go to bed, and I am writhing in pain. I was literally like this. I would stand up, and I was walking around like this. Like crunched over, like a 95-year-old man who was a chain smoker walking with a cane. Walking to the bathroom, mind you. And I'm not going to sit here and go into graphic detail about what happened. Well, yeah, maybe I will. I kind of have to. Anyway, as the night went on, I couldn't fall asleep because I was in so much pain. It felt like an elephant was standing on my stomach, and it felt like there was a bowling ball on my stomach at the same time. And it also felt like two people were like grabbing my abdominal muscles and pulling them the opposite direction like this. I was lying in a fetal position in bed, and I could only lie on my left side. If I lied on my right side, I was in agony. If I laid down on my back and extended my legs out straight, it was unmerciful pain, like the worst stomach pain I've ever had in the history of my life. So I had to sit there and roll around in bed for like 4 hours, 5 hours had gone by. Finally, my body decided to expel some of this stuff from my system. So I go to the bathroom and I vomit up that exact chicken soup that I had. And the only thing I was thinking of when I was lying in bed, my mind was seeing that chicken soup in my head and tasting the chicken, and I got like really, my mouth started watering in a bad way because that's usually a precursor to throwing up. And I knew the signals and the signs were there that I was going to vomit, but it just took forever. Now, I haven't gotten like excessively drunk in a long time, but back in my 20s when I used to drink more often, you know how you over drink and you have that feeling where you're sitting in a chair and like your head just starts spinning and your mouth starts salivating and you know you're going to get sick. You know you're going to throw up. But it takes forever to happen. I call it the longest mile. Well, I dealt with that last night. Sans alcohol in the equation. It was horrible. It was horrendous. So I vomited out all that soup I ate. And all I did was taste that chicken. But I started feeling better after I vomited. And then it was just like, I still had the stomach pain. Like, I literally didn't sleep a wink last night at all. It wasn't until about 5 a.m. this morning when I sat in my rocker over here in an upright position that I was finally able to fall asleep for about a half hour. So I'm on a half hour sleep right now. But here's where it gets interesting. Well, there's two things. First of all, I will never buy chicken noodle soup from Whole Foods ever again. I'm not going to stop shopping at Whole Foods because I personally love Whole Foods. I will not get the chicken soup again. Big mistake. But the interesting thing is fasting. When you come out of a 48-hour fast, a 3-day fast, a 4-day fast, your energy is off the charts and through the roof. You don't need as much sleep. Usually, when I come out of a fast, the first night that I sleep after I break it, I sleep for like 4 hours or 5, and I'm wired and I'm wide awake. My eyes are just like bing, and I'm like, my brain function is through the roof. So that got interjected and cut off by this massive food poisoning that I got from the chicken soup that I ate. So now, today, I have huge high energy levels right now. My bellyache is pretty much almost gone. I'd say it's about 80% gone now. My appetite isn't quite back yet. Usually that takes a couple days to get back anyway. And usually when I break a fast that's 2 days or more, the next day I call it my recovery day from the fast. I can't go right back to the gym and do like beefcake workouts. I have to go, I kind of wean back into them on the day after the fast. I'm still a little bit short of breath. My body's still recalibrating and recuperating. It's the second day after the fast that I'm off the charts. I'm like a combination of Superman, Batman, and some other crazy superhero that I can't think of right now. Let me get a sip of ginger ale, which is really helping my stomach. By the way, that's pretty shiny from the sun. Zevia ginger ale I'm drinking, 0 calorie. Technically, I'm still fasting. I'm like 18 hours plus today because I'm scared to eat food because I don't want to repeat performance of last night. And here's another interesting weird thing. I am starting to get my appetite back, and guess what I'm craving? Chicken thighs. Cooked properly, that is. Which is kind of crazy, because last night after that incident occurred, I was like, I'm never eating chicken soup again. I'm not going to say I'm never going to eat chicken soup again. I do know this. I can think back to every single time I had a stomach ache or a stomach virus from the time I was like 2 years old all the way up to now. And I remember exactly what the food was I had or the beverage I had right before it happened. Every single one of them. Now, one of the reasons why is because I do have a photographic memory. But when you're scorned by somebody, you remember exactly what they did to you. Well, it's the same thing. When food hurts you or a beverage hurts you, you kind of remember exactly what happened too. Now, let me talk to you about this. I posted pictures yesterday of my weight before the fast and after the fast. So technically, I went from 192, I believe it was. 191, I think it was. This morning I weighed in at like 181. So I lost a grand total of 10 pounds. So people have asked me about this. And they're like, oh, you just lost water weight. Or, you know, oh, blah, blah, blah. They like mumble about it. Well, technically, yeah, I lost some water weight. But I am very in tune with my body. You could become in tune with your body as well. And when you become very lean and you only have a little bit of residual fat on your body, it strips away really freaking fast. I'm not joking. And when you are fat adapted, it goes away even faster when you're doing a longer fast. So if you do a time restricted eating protocol for a while and you work out in fasted state for a long time, and I'm talking like 10 to 12 hours fasted, and I'm talking like 3 months or more, your body becomes fat adapted. And when it does, and then you do a longer fast, you have it and you work out during those 2 days or whatever, how many days you're doing it, you can strip away fat from your body really super fast. Now, the problem is some people jump on a 2-day or 3-day fast as a crash diet. I know a lot of women that do that. And that's bad news, and that's not the way to do it. You need to do it correctly and safely and work your way into things like that. And it can do wonderful things for weight loss. But for me, it's never about weight loss, although sometimes I may get looked that way because I post pictures of the weight I've lost. The only reason I do that is to show you how effective it is for weight loss if you want to go down that road. But in reality, you should build your way up to that point. And I just have an easy way of, gaining weight and losing weight because I've mastered my body over the years through self-discovery and through experimentation, etc. So that's just the deal with me. But in the big picture, it's always about hitting autophagy. It's always about boosting stem cells. It's always about boosting brain function. It's about reversing the aging process. Those are the more important things for me. It's about reducing inflammation. Earlier in the week, I had, what part of my body was hurting? I think it was my lower back. It was kind of stiff when I was waking up. Today, I woke up even after that big vomit party I had last night, I woke up feeling great, bodily wise. Like super flexible, no muscle pain whatsoever, no joint pain whatsoever, brain function off the charts, very minimal sleep. My eyes are really white. My skin is really smooth and soft today. I had a couple pimples on my back, absolutely completely gone. My teeth are even whiter. Those benefits are what keeps me coming back for fasting over and over again. This past year, I just did a little recap because we all like to reflect usually near the end of the year. This past year, I've done 3 4-day fasts. I've done a 3-day fast. And then in between those, I've done 2-day fasts, 48 hours throughout the whole year. And then in between, I fast every single day for 16 hours minimum. And there were some times where I was like going 17, 18 hours. I would say my average is more like 17 to 18, to be honest with you, because sometimes I'm really busy in the morning and I just keep on trucking. So that's what I did for an entire year. I want to keep banging away, and I'm going to finish this year strong, gunslinging. Now, when 2021 hits, I want to go into it strong. I always say, I did a Facebook Live last year, and I said, don't wait until January 1st to get on track. Use the present moment as your moment. Do it right now. There's no time like the present, ever. Remember that. So you should get cracking right now. Don't sit here and say, oh, I'm just going to let myself go to the end of the year, and then on January 1st, I'll get on something. That's fine and dandy. You can get on something on January 1st, a new program or something like that. But now is the time to get on board. Get your body programmed. Start cranking it out right now, and you're going to soar into the next year. Think about that. You're already going to have momentum, and you have a less chance of falling off the wagon when the new year hits. Makes sense, right? Yeah, makes lots of sense to me. Okay, me and Jill and Jason, the 3 amigos, we have a brand new program, My Infernal Body. We have a 21 days of Christmas challenge coming out on December 10th. This is my cheap, sleazy plug, and it's not cheap and it's not, well, when I say cheap, I don't mean, I mean it's not chintzy. But what I'm telling you is this, we have a 21-day challenge coming up on December 10th. You've got until December 9th to sign up. If you want details, hit me up. This is going to be awesome because what we know about, what we have learned in the health and fitness industry over the years is accountability is the main problem that a lot of people lack. They jump on something because they see a friend post something on Facebook. They try to do it themselves. They fall off the wagon. Accountability is key. It is major, and it works, and it helps. I've used it with myself, with things that I've done changes with. I've done it with all my clients. Obviously, that's why they keep coming back for more. And I've seen friends and family members use accountability as the main factor for making these monumental changes. So it's going to be a 21-day gig. Starts on December 10th. Signups are going to end on the 9th of December. So if you want to jump on board, hit me up ASAP and I'll give you further details. I highly suggest you do. So the accountability factor, we're going to have health and diet and nutrition tips every single day and motivational tips every single day. We're going to have workouts for you to do. We're going to have small challenges for you to do inside that 21-day span of time during the week. And it's going to be nothing you can't handle, and it's going to be nothing you can't do from the comfort of your home. You don't even need a tool. Well, you might need a chair. I'll say that ahead of time. I'll preface it. You don't need to buy any resistance bands or dumbbells or anything like that, though. We're going to make it user-friendly for you because we want to see you succeed this holiday season. We don't want you to pack on the 10 holiday pounds because remember, we're now in December. It's not winter. It's eating season. Remember that. We're now right in the brunt of eating season. The cookies are starting to be made. They're starting to appear. Baskets of, not baskets, but bowls of candy and all these things are starting to be put in public places, the ones that are open and where you can go, still go. And all those eating temptations are going to start popping up, and they're not going to stop. They're only going to escalate to the end of the year. Why not take control of that right now and get yourself ready and prepped for the new year, 2021? All right? I'm peacing out. Man, I am really shining in that sun, aren't I? It's my new camera, I think, my new phone that's doing that. Anyway, this is Killer K-Rail. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Let me know if you're interested in the 21 days of Christmas challenge. I'll PM with you. And also, remember to always think in the present moment. Always do at least one good deed every single day without any expectation of anything in return. And always pick up at least one piece of trash and try to get 8 hugs for 8 seconds. And don't live in fear. Be safe, be careful, but do not live in fear. And do not get chicken noodle soup from Whole Foods because I don't want to see the same fate that I had. Okay, until next time, this is Killer K-Rail reporting out.